A while back, I had the opportunity to take on a consultancy assignment in deepest Africa. Before I could go, I had to complete an e-learning course around issues of health, safety and security. As I found out, in some parts of the world, safety and security are very important issues. There's a lot that can go wrong if you don't know what you're doing. As you can imagine, this is a fascinating topic, and the course could have been really interesting and engaging. It might even have worked if it had been properly positioned and reinforced. Trouble was, this was a compulsory course followed by a very long test which I had to pass if I was to continue with the assignment. The game became beating the system, passing the test with the least possible effort. I failed in this respect because I didn't pass the test first time round. Good job I'd written down the answers to the more tricky questions so I wouldn't mess up a second time. And of course I'd forgotten everything I'd learned within a few days. As you do. What could have been a highly intriguing exploration of issues likely to have a very real impact on my personal well-being became a rather frustrating chore to be finished as quickly as possible. To be fair, in this particular situation, my client really was looking to increase the competence of its employees and its subcontractors in dealing with issues of safety and security. What they got was compliance, i.e., people who could pass a quiz. As you know, compliance training is carried out in order to meet a regulatory requirement or to reduce a risk of legal liability. Training must be seen to have taken place. Real learning is a bonus. Competence-based training, on the other hand, is focused on performance, making sure employees can do their job properly. Compliance training is designed to be as efficient as possible. That means cheap, quick and non-disruptive, whereas competency-based training is designed to be as effective as possible. In other words, it works. So why is compliance-based training not effective? Well, firstly, it's compulsory, which causes resentment. Teach me if you can mentality. And compliance training tends to start with the assumption that you're guilty, whether that's a discrimination, of poor security or whatever, until proven innocent, which naturally causes defensiveness. And most compliance training involves testing, which causes stress. Needless to say, resentment, defensiveness and stress are not so good for learning. Compliance training can even do more harm than good. Compliance training also damages e-learning. Here's why. To ensure competence, an intervention needs to cover all the bases. First of all, it must provide positioning. The rational arguments are useful, but what you're particularly looking for here is emotional engagement. Okay, it does need to present the policies and procedures, but only the headlines. The detail can be made available as resources for use as the need arises. It should work through some examples. The best ones are real cases showing the challenges as well as the successes. Learners will have questions. They may want to challenge some of the ideas. They'll want to share their own experiences. And allow the learner ample opportunity for practice, safe from danger and from the risk of embarrassment. Here's where simulations and scenarios come in handy. The learner must be supported in applying what they've learned to the job, perhaps by coaching, by reference information available on demand, or through communities of practice. And they'll want to see their managers setting a good example by modelling the right behaviours. By contrast, a typical compliance program does this. As a result, most compliance training is like drinking from a fire hose. Let's sum up. Compliance training only works as a tick box exercise. It doesn't result in changed behaviour and it damages the reputation of e-learning. To really make a difference, the emphasis needs to shift to competence, a more sophisticated and costly blend of activities, but with a strong chance of success. And success really is worth striving for. Less discrimination, fewer accidents, fewer security issues, fewer legal claims, fewer PR disasters. Let's face it, some rules really are worth complying with.